the Sabbath when they known our name. The holy people said it was a shame. They whipped and they stripped and they hung me high, and they left me there on a cross to die.
Okay, so Joanne, will you come up here, please? And you be the right.
Okay.
So we're going to split up now. If we do this right, you should stand up and face each other, but you can stay where you are. I know that freaks you out, so I don't want to freak you out today. But in the synagogue, where this tactic was used regularly, they used to stand and face each other to do it, okay? You are the right. Nope, you are the right. You are the right. You are the left. Johnny Leonard. Left. L, left. Right? That's right, right? That when you're sitting there, this is your left, right? Correct? Okay. This is Psalm 27. Psalm 27 is, I didn't know this until this week when I was preparing for this. Psalm 27 is widely thought by Old Testament scholars to be among the most magnificent pieces of literature ever written. And if you've memorized Psalms when you were a child, a lot of the phrases or sentences that you memorized are in this psalm. And also, if you go to Hallmark or Hobby Lobby or one of those places where you get those kitschy little signs that have stuff on them, a lot of it came from Psalm 27. So we're going to read today left, right, and all. Do I really have to say you're all? Okay? So, ready? Left, we're going to start. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?
The Lord is a stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
Now, y'all cheating because Alan has the microphone. Okay, all right. Left, verse 2. When evildoers assail me to devour my flesh.
My adversaries and foes, they shall stumble and fall.
Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear.
Though war rise up against me, yet I will be confident.
One thing I ask of the Lord, this I seek, to live in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple.
For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble.
He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will hide me on a rock.
Now my head is lifted up above my enemies all around me, and I will offer in his tent sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing and make melody to the Lord.
And lead me on level path because of my enemies.
Do not give me up to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and they are breathing out violence. I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord.
And then from Luke chapter 13, verses 31 through 35, comes this sad and prophetic moment when Jesus is on his way toward Jerusalem. And some Pharisees come to warn him that Herod is after him. This is what happens. At that very hour, some Pharisees came and said to Jesus, "Get away from here, for Herod wants to kill you." Jesus said to them, "Go and tell that fox for me. Listen, I am casting out demons and performing cures today and tomorrow, and on the third day I finish my work. Yet today, tomorrow, and the next day I must be on my way, because it is impossible for a prophet to be killed outside Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills prophets and stones those who are sent to it. How often I have desired to gather your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, and you were not willing. See, your house is left to you, and I tell you, you will not see me until the time comes when you say, 'Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord.'" Friends, this is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So I want you to know that this week, not this week, but a few weeks ago, I did something that in my time as pastor here, I have never, ever done before. And that was I refused to help one of our local not-for-profit organizations that helps the homeless. They came to me and said, "We need candles." And I thought, well, okay, we're a church, we've got candles, we can help with that. "What do you need candles for?" And they said, "Because people are cold." It was when we were having that really bad cold spell. People are cold, and they need candles in their tents to warm themselves. And I thought, there can be nothing safe about that. I'm not doing that. It would take very little for a tent and the stuff in it to catch fire from a candle or some sort of heating mechanism. And I'm serious about this. I'm not doing it. Please don't bring me your candles, because I know you good and natured souls would do something like that. But it occurred to me that just didn't seem right to me. It didn't seem good to me. It didn't seem safe to me. It didn't seem smart to me. And I started thinking about having a light in a tent, which of course would have been what all the people in the Hebrew Bible would have had. They lived in tents, and the only light they had was either sunlight or candlelight. And when you think about that, think about living in a tent with a candle being your only light. It was interesting to hear Quentin say, yes, I have 2 night lights. One that's so bright, it's like the overhead light, so we don't use that one. And one that lights up about half my room. A candle light is maybe going to light up half your room. Maybe not even that much. And yet, that being one of the only forms of life the people who are writing in the Hebrew Bible have, they say, the Lord is my light. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet. Even that little bit of light lights my way and helps me move through the darkness. The one thing that did sort of make me pause in saying no to the request for the candles was, I can't imagine what it's like to sit in an encampment at night, in a tent with no light, just being in the dark. Most of us as grown adults learn to not be afraid of the dark, but in that instance, I might be. And in this psalm, we need to see that the metaphor of darkness is carried on further. Now, what I left out from the text today, from what you read, is just fantastic, because it defines for us one of the things that darkness looks like. In verse 7. Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud, be gracious to me and answer me. Come, my heart says, seek his face. Your face, Lord, do I seek. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger, you who have been my help. Do not cast me off. Do not forsake me, O God of my salvation. If my father and mother forsake me, the Lord will take me up. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me on a path because of my enemies. The Hebrew people understood that hell, Sheol, was a place without God. They didn't have all this devil and all that kind of stuff. It was a dark, hot place, no light, without God. And you see in this text, I cry out to you, but maybe you don't hear me. I'm hurting and sad and seeking your face, but I can't find you. I want to be your servant, oh Lord. I want you to be my salvation. But where are you? I need you, God. Come to me. Even my own family, as close to me as my mother and father have rejected me. But not you, God. Not you. Last week we talked about Lent as a training ground for our spiritual preparation. I told the story about and extended the metaphor about elite athletes who were trained to run, touch a pole, and come back, a 2-mile run. And that the company that did research on this set people in the woods and told the runners, wild boar are over there and they're going to get you. And military and law enforcement personnel were the ones who didn't get afraid of that and went ahead and followed their discipline and their training and completed the task. The psalm is helping us. When we get afraid of things like the dark, things that would stop us from doing our task, things like wild boar, follow your training. Use discipline. Continue to seek the Lord, because when you do, you will find Him. Do not cast me away and forsake me, O God of my salvation. I believe that I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. That's right now. I don't have to be afraid of anything. I can follow God here. And even though my path may not be as well lit as I want it to be, I still have light to help me along my way. The Lord is my light, and I shall not fear. By the way, of whom shall I fear here is a rhetorical question. The answer is no one. I don't need to fear anything because the Lord is with me. You will see that in the land of the living. That is this place we are now. Don't be afraid. Follow God on the path, for the Lord will light your way. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Friends, today, in this, the second Sunday of Lent, be strong and let your heart take courage. We don't need to be afraid, for the Lord our light is with us. Amen.